Hi, everybody. All right, this one's concerning the federal ban on, or the federal registration on the drones. According to the Department of Transportation and everybody else thereof, everybody has to have their drones registered by February 12th. And this is coming out of Popular Science. This is a DJI Inspire in flight. This is one of the drones that basically everybody's trying to register. Sorry, I got a little kitty over here and she's playing with everything. You could face up to a $27,500 in civil penalties who fail to register, with criminal penalties for failure to register and fines up to $250,000. In other words, they're coming to basically stop people from doing this, folks. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to make this like they did in the 1920s with the assault weapons. They're trying to make it so the penalty's so frickin' ridiculous that nobody can own one of these things. And this is what it's coming down to. And basically the rule for following recommendations are special tasks selected to consider how registration might happen goes over the objections of the model hobbyists who claim 250 gram or roughly half a pound limit, too restrictive, including not camera carrying quadcopters but small and simple model airplanes too. So you got quadcopters and small model airplanes too. To register a drone, a person must be at least 13 years of age. Drone given to children younger than 13 must be registered by a person of 13 or older. So in other words, basically, folks, your 13-year-old can be held in civil penalties for something of $27,500 or up to $250,000 and or serve 3 years in prison. Is basically what they're saying for basically owning a fucking toy. This is bullshit. And basically, they're calling them small unmanned aircraft, and illegal, which is a legal name for the civilian drones, is here defined as unmanned aircraft weighing less than 55 pounds on takeoff, including everything that is on board or otherwise attached to the aircraft. The rules getting a little bit more detailed about tethered drones or those attached to a cable, but that won't matter for the overwhelming majority of users. So you can read this here, folks. If you guys have a drone, I would consider probably getting rid of it. I mean, the penalties for having these things at this point, folks, is astronomical. And it's an unfortunate situation that time has come to this. I mean, we all know why it's awesome to own one of these, but if you've ever even flown them, they're like everything else, folks. They break within 2 or 3 crashes. Things start coming off within minutes. I mean, I don't know how the $2,000-$3,000 ones are, but I know my dad's buddy had one. It cost him $4,000, and he put on extra equipment, cameras, etc. Flew it over Lake Michigan, folks. A wind or something else took the quadcopter, crashed it right in the water. He was not able to recover it. He cried like a baby. So, you may think this is cool. You may want one. But they're trying to make it so unprofitable that basically it scares the hell out of you to even try to... I'm sorry, it wasn't February 12th. It's February 19th. My bad, folks. They're just trying to basically make it to where no civilian owns one of these because basically it's not good. And I did notice last night it seemed like the drones that I've seen locally, police, whatever, it seems like they've done away with the quadcopters and seems like they're working with the fixed-wing aviation types now for whatever reason. So it'll be interesting to see why that is, but the local government doesn't talk to me about that, and then they say, oh, well, if you want to know that, you're going to be a cop. And then I apply, and they don't accept me, so not much I can do. Basically, you are a peon, and we will screw you. Yay! Right. So So, anyways, come out of Popular Science, guys. Just a heads up: February 19th is when your small drones must be registered. So, I don't know if there's any registration amount or anything, but if you got one and all the pieces work and everything else, you should consider registering it. If all the pieces don't work, etc., well, you're on your own at that point, but it's not worth the amount of money, and if it's a small one, you can always throw it in the trash. I mean, it's not even at this point worthy of going to jail for a toy that you're not going to spend the $4,000 to make it go 3 miles down the road. So, thank you. Everything else, God bless. Have a good one.